What's up, guys? It's Chris. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. In this video, we're going to be doing a Badger 5 half horsepower install. I'm removing another Insinkerator garbage disposal and replacing it with a Badger 5. And in here, I just want to show you guys a quick California sunset. It's been raining a lot lately, so that's what it looks like here in Southern California when the sun's setting. Just thought it was kind of nice. Wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get into that install here. So this disposal, the drain lines are installed incorrectly, but I offered to change them and the customer declined the price I gave her, so I'm just going to go ahead and redo it the way it was. So you're going to remove your slip joint washer that attaches to the disposal 90, or, just remove the drain pipe, whatever's easier. You're going to loosen the clamp that attaches the disposal hose to the disposal, and then you're going to remove that also. Unplug the garbage disposal. This probably should be the first thing you do. And then the disposal just twists out clockwise. You want to typically use the wrench that comes with the new disposal to help get that old one out. But, yeah, they twist out, comes out clockwise. Here's the new disposal, and this is how you assemble it. You're going to stick the gasket in that hole right there. The gasket goes first. You can also slip the gasket up around the drain 90 behind the flange. Doesn't really matter as long as you use the plate to squish it in there. But this is how it's supposed to be done. This is how Insinkerator calls for it to be done. So this is how I'm going to show you. So then you're going to take the little plate there. It's got 2 screw holes in it. You're going to take the 2 bolts. These are hex head bolts, and they have flat head. They have a flat head finish. So you're gonna want to use a flat head. I use my long flat head on this one here. But you can also use like a pair of real small channel locks or really anything that, like any type of pliers or anything like that, to thread those bolts in there. And you want to thread those in. You want to make sure that this is really nice and tight. You don't want this. This is one thing right here that needs to be very tight. You want to make sure that plate is clamping down on that rubber gasket nice and tight to make it watertight. And here, I'm going to use my hacksaw to cut the drain 90 instead of using a pair of PVC cutters like a lot of guys will use. I always use either a hacksaw or like a Tiny Tim, some type of saw, because the PVC cutters will often crack the pipe and make it shatter. So here I'm going to remove the drain flange, the old drain flange and mounting assembly. And it's just 3 screws. The older ones are typically flathead, but the newer ones you can use a Phillips. And then there's a little lock washer, or I forget what clip, that little clip there. That's what holds it all together, believe it or not. After you remove the old flange, you want to make sure that you clean up the inside of the sink where the old flange was sitting really well, like that. It needs to look like that. There can't be any old putty or any type of debris where you're going to be setting your new flange. And the reason for that is because you'll never get a good seal. Especially if you're using plumber's putty, the old putty will will cause some type of gap and you'll get a leak. It will happen, believe me. So don't be stingy on your cleaning. You got to make sure that you really clean out where the old flange was sitting. That's something that I'm very serious about, guys. So this is how you do it. You remove the clip just like that. After you do that, pull the flange out. You're going to want to keep that paper washer also. Screw the screws out, or the bolts, all the way out. But leave them just hanging there, just enough, like on their last thread, just sitting in there. You don't want to take them out of the assembly. I like to screw them all the way out, flush with the assembly there. See what I'm talking about? Then that triangular flat washer there sits on top with the paper washer on top of that. And that ring is what holds it all together. Now you're going to take some putty and you're going to want to roll it out into like a nice little putty snake. Just like this. Once you do that, you're going to want to drape it around the sides of the flange. And then what I always like to do is I always like to take my thumbs and then kind of work it all the way around and make it like pretty even. I don't want any like real big bulging sides of putty where other sides are a lot slimmer. I like to kind of work all the putty around, and I'll work it into almost like a cone shape. And I like to work it all the way around the flange, and so that it's nice and even. And I used the drain stopper in there to kind of help me push the flange down as far as I can. Because that's one thing, especially as a rookie, I had a problem with was when I was mounting the new disposal assembly, this mounting assembly here, I would always push that flange back out when I was trying to snap that clip on. And I've got a new trick for it now that I've been doing it for a long time. I don't ever have that problem, but I used to get so frustrated. I would do all kinds of things like stack things in the sink. But now what I do is I take the clip and I put the front part, the clip, that the part that's facing me is the part that opens, and I wrap the back part around the back, and then I basically just use it to kind of leverage itself around the sides, and then I push it up in, and it's good. Then you're going to want to screw the little screws up all the way in. I like to screw them all the way in, and this is the very first time I ever used a drill to do this. And I was doing it for the sake of time, and it actually worked really well. But I like to screw them all the way in, at least as far as you can. I know some sinks are thicker than others, so you obviously won't be able to screw them all the way in on like really thick, like cast iron or real thick porcelain sinks. There's certain sinks that you just can't. Sometimes it's impossible. But if it's a thinner, like a enamel on steel or stainless steel sink, then you can do it. And then you're going to want to make sure you knock the plug out for the disposal, for the dishwasher. That's where the dishwasher drains through right there. And it's got a plug machined into it. There's a little plastic plug in case you don't have a dishwasher. So if you don't have a dishwasher, don't remove that. But if you have a dishwasher, remove that. And if you have a dishwasher and it drains through somewhere else, like you didn't remove that black hose from your disposal when you removed your disposal, then don't worry about it. Don't knock that out. But if you have something draining through your disposal, if that black hose is attached to your old disposal, you're going to have to attach it to the new disposal. And the only way that thing will ever drain properly is if you knock that plug out. So make sure you knock that plug out. 9 times out of 10, when a homeowner does this themselves, they do not knock that plug out. It's crucial, guys. All right, so go ahead and attach the dishwasher drain hose to the disposal outlet. Then you're going to tighten down the hose clamp there. It's a hex head, so you can use a T-handled torque wrench, a 4-in-1 screwdriver without the bit in it, a flathead, whatever. Just tighten that thing down. Next, you're going to slip the slip joint washer and nut up over the drain 90 here. And you always want to make sure that washer's cone face is down. I don't know why. It seems like a lot of times I go to houses where clearly either a homeowner or a handyman or somebody has done work there. The washers are always facing the opposite direction. You have to make sure those cones are facing down so that they seal inside of the drain. Otherwise, I mean, it's not going to seal properly. So make sure the washers are facing down. I always like to use the rubber washers on the disposal 90s because then they typically don't rattle off like the nylon ones do. Because the disposal is obviously going to rattle a little bit, you know. So typically it doesn't buzz them off like the nylon ones tend to. But you know, we still see that problem occasionally, and then you just have to change. Oftentimes it's the nut at that point, though. Like in this video here, that happens to me, and I end up changing the nut, and the nut definitely made the difference. So you want to make sure when you're attaching the disposal to a drain line, you're not using the nut, the really thick nut with extra threads. You want to make sure you're using one of the thinner nuts. Guys, thanks again so much for taking the time to watch the video. That's how you install a Badger 5 half horsepower garbage disposal by Insinkerator. This disposal has a 2-year warranty, in-home warranty by Insinkerator. I recommend them very much. Have a very good day.